Good morning. In this particular video or afternoon, we are going to be going over multiplying and dividing numbers in scientific notation, but this time it's going to be calculator active. So in this video, I'm going to be modeling the Desmos.com calculator for North Carolina. We're going to be using the NC test version. That link to that calculator has been in your Google Classroom assignment and then also posted in there as well. So let's dive into number one. Which value is equivalent to 8.5 times 10 to the third power times 0.0001? So we have our parentheses here, and I'm going to use my focus tool just so I can, or what is this? Okay, I'm going to use my focus tool so you know the keys that I am pressing on this online calculator. So we had 8.5, so I'm first going to put it in parentheses. All my scientific notation numbers must be in parentheses in order for my calculator to do the correct order of operations. So I'm going to do the parentheses and then 8.5 times 10. And then here's my exponent. This one's automatically going to put the exponent as 2. So I want to use this one so I can fill in with the exponent being 3. After this part, I'm going to click. So then it goes off of the exponent. So it's not typing up above anymore. And it's clicking down below. And I'm going to close my parentheses. So again, I've clicked off of it. So it goes off of my exponent and is down to regular typing format. I'm going to choose my parentheses again and do 0 point. There's 3 zeros. 1, close my parentheses, and then this is your enter key. So as you can see, my answer is 0.85, which would happen to be B over here. I'm going to type in B. Okay, the next one is 2.5. So again, parentheses, 2.85, 2.85 times 10. With the exponent, here is -8. Now, I know if you have me in class and if you were using the handheld calculator, the negative sign is not the exact same thing as a subtraction sign. However, with this online calculator, this particular subtraction sign they're also using as a negative sign. So again, we're going to need to, once we get back into the classroom, make sure that we can know the difference between the handheld and the one that we're using online. But in this case, the subtraction sign, they're using that as a negative sign. Okay, so we have -8. I clicked off and closed my parentheses, and now I'm going to start a new set of parentheses and do 3.4 times 10. And here's my exponent to the 12th power, and then I'm going to click off so I can close my parentheses and then press enter. Okay, so that number becomes 96,900. But if you can see, all of my answers are written in scientific notation for my second problem. So we're going to need to put that into scientific notation. Again, I got 96,900. That number currently is way, way bigger than 1. So that means I'm going to need to do putting this in scientific notation. So my decimal point should be between the 9 and the 6 because that number is going to read 9.69. Now that number is greater than 1 and it is less than 10. So let's count my decimal points that I used to make that number, or my place values that I changed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it becomes times 10 to the 4th power, which makes that particular answer B as well. 9.69 times 10 to the 4th power. Okay, and again, that answer choice was B. Okay, let's take a look at one more multiplication one. So let's go back over here to the calculator, and we have 4. So parentheses, again, always has to be in parentheses, times 10 raised to the exponent of 3. Click off to close your parentheses. A new set of parentheses, 5.6. Oops, I forgot the decimal point. Undo. 5.6 times 10. And we want to raise that to the 5th power. Click off, close the parentheses, enter. So that number is 2.24 times 10 to the 9th power. So sometimes my answer is scientific notation and my answer choices are not. Okay, so again, we have 2.4 times 10 to the 9th power. So I'm going to write that out. going to clear that off. Okay, so we have, again, 2.24 times 10 to the 9th power. Okay, so that lets me know that, again, I have 2.24, and my place value is going to be changed 9 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, filling in with zeros. Okay, there are 7 zeros in this case, so which one has 7 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We found it. B was also my correct answer for this one as well. Okay, let's clear that off and type in B. Okay, now we're ready to divide these numbers in scientific notation. So as you can see, the parentheses kind of have went away. However, I know that I always need to have parentheses around my numbers in scientific notation when I'm doing operations in the calculator. So make sure you have your parenthesis there, and then we're going to do 3.0 times 10. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just going to, there we go. Okay, sorry, 3.0 times 10. We're going to raise that to the 5th power, and I'm going to click off and close my parentheses. And then this time we're dividing, so division sign. And then you notice that this particular calculator uses division as a kind of a fraction form. We're going to choose another set of parentheses and do 1.5 times 10. And this time it's getting raised to the negative 2nd power. Again, you're going to have to use that subtraction button for that negative sign. Click off, and then close your parentheses. And then your answer is D. Again, this particular answer matched option D. Okay, next one in scientific notation. Again, we're dividing again. Make sure you always put your number in parentheses, so 3.16 times 10. We're going to raise that to the 12th power. I'm going to click up here. I'm going to close my parentheses, use my division symbol, and then type 1,000 for 1,000. As you can see, my answer is 3.16 times 10 to the 9th power, and that one was put in scientific notation with the calculator. And also your answer choices over here are in scientific notation, so there was no more additional work for us to do. So our answer here is just B. Let's see if we got lucky with our very last one. So our last one we have, which expression is equivalent to 5.2 times 10 to the 7th power. Okay, so another set of parentheses, 5.2 times 10. Again, it is a best habit to always put your numbers in scientific notation around in a set of parentheses whenever you're multiplying and dividing, just so the calculator can do the order of operations correctly. Okay, so I close out my parentheses. I'm going to hit the division symbol, and then a new set of parentheses, even if the parentheses are not on the problem. Again, so your calculator does the correct order of operations, you need to make sure, oops, I forgot my exponent because I was talking. You need to make sure that you are including that particular set of parentheses in there. Okay, so we're going to raise that to the negative 3rd power. And then I clicked off to close my parentheses. Hit enter. We have 1.3 times 10 to the 10th. And look, that is already written as an answer on my particular problem. So in this case, it is D. Okay, if you need to go back and review the problems where I needed to with number 2 and number 3, change my values from standard form into scientific notation or scientific notation into standard form, you may. Again, this video has been recorded, so pause, rewind, replay as many times as needed. And again, this link is in your Google Classroom, or it's found in desmos.com/testing, /North Carolina/scientific. And this particular calculator, again, is linked into your Google Classroom and Google Classroom assignment for today. And that is it for this video. We are multiplying and dividing scientific notation using a calculator.